Hey guys, Sandy here. Happy Friday. Welcome back to the channel. It's Mixed Media Mayhem Day, all of the fun things. So I'm really excited about this Mixed Media Mayhem. It is, the recipe has been chosen by MK. So what we are supposed to use is a cut file, gears, and brown. So I have my brown in some sprays. I have my gears from Some Assemblage Required. Also have some flowers and this, and then also my cut file, which is this one that I have no idea where it came from. I had to use a cut file that I've already had pre-cut because I still can't find the plug to my die cut machine, guys. Like I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I might have to take the day tomorrow after work, since I get off semi-early, to see if I can't dig through and find it. But right now, this is what I'm doing. And then I have these two photos. These are from when I went to Hobby Lobby Corporate. So let's see what I can do. Hey guys, I'm just gonna say straight out that this layout probably should have been more of a nature layout, but as you know, I'm not really one for following themes, so I did it for travel. So what I'm doing is taking some modeling paste, and this is just plain old white modeling paste. I am putting it down over top a sheet of white cardstock with my silicone brush. You guys know I love my silicone brushes. So this is a 1.5, I think. Is this 1 or 2? 2-inch silicone brush. And then I have this texture tool thing, and I went through and did little lines, and then I went over top of it and did thicker, wider lines. So this kind of looks like a tree bark, right? Which is why I said this probably should have been a nature layout. But the cut file I have says live life, love, travel. So had to do something with travel, right? I could have pivoted, but like I said, I love this background, and I'm going to do it again because this is super fun. So I go ahead, I put it in my cardboard box. This is like my messy box where I can spray the heck out of stuff and not get it all over my room. And I'm using those 3 different sprays. I have a spray from Brutus Monroe, which is a chroma mist, and I have 2 distress oxides. So I go ahead and spray those all around, and then I'm going to grab my Heidi Swap, and I think this is sweet mint, and I am just going to dollop the crap out of sweet mint all over this paper and just dollop it down there. I'm going to let that dry off to the side, and then I'm taking that same mint color and painting my cut file. Now, this is not fancy painting. I'm not worried about if it is completely solidly covered. There are some places that the spray that I'm painting on soaks in so much that the cardstock still looks white. So I do go over those places because while I don't mind it being light green, I don't want it to be white, right? I don't want the white on this layout, not here at least. So there are places there that I go over top, but I am not worrying about making sure that this is solid, and I'm not making sure that like there isn't a variation. I think I just said that the same exact things in 2 different ways, which is fine. It's fine, you guys. All right, so I go ahead and I get that down, and this is where I'm adding those little extra bits. I guess here on camera, it didn't look like it was still white, but I promise you in person, it looks still white to me, so I needed to take care of that. I'm gonna go ahead and just spray over a little bit of the brown color, just to give it a little bit of a matchier tone to what I have going on in the background, because I don't want the stupid, like, bright green over top of my background, which is looking and feeling a little grungy, and wow, am I okay with that. Okay, so I'm going to trim down my photos. Now I have 2 photos that I'm going to trim down to fit these 3 things. This one in the center was my room key that was actually waiting for me in the hotel shuttle. They spelled my name wrong. I have 2 E's now at the end of my name, Sandy. But it's fine. Like I wasn't stressing about it, but I did post on Instagram about how, you know, your company doesn't know how to spell your name, but it's fine. I actually don't think it was my company afterwards, because everything else had my name spelled correctly. I think this was a hotel error, but whatever, there's just an extra E. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut down those photos. Now the what is that? The hole, the cutout is 2 1/4 or 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. So I cut my photos at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. That way I could actually back it like a cut file with a photo. So I go ahead and put that down, and then I'm going to put some fun foam because I want this lifted off the page a little bit. And I'm just going to put 2 little pop foams on these words right here, because I wasn't really truly concerned if the words kind of lean down on the page. And I know I talk about how I don't want my embellishment or my photo or stuff to like fall and lean down on the page. In this case, you guys, I really wasn't caring. Like, it didn't matter to me. And then I decided to bring in just a little bit more of something by taking, I don't remember if I did 2 3/4 or 2 1/2, but I took these squares and I went ahead and cut them down just to add a little extra layer to my cut file. Because this is a really simple cut file that you're not going to put a whole heck of a lot of effort into, I guess, because it is so simple and you're just filling out the 3 squares. Now, my background, look at that background, you guys. Is that not amazing? Oh my heavens. I want to do this with bright colors too. I think this would be cool with bright colors as well. So I go ahead and hot glue this down because I am working over top of a still wet background. I let the Life, Love, Travel dry, but I didn't have time to mess around and let the background completely dry. Now I'm going to pull in my some assemblage required pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and get these guys down. Now, you are going to see me break on purpose one of these acrylic pieces. I am okay with that. If that makes you cringe and you're going, holy Lord, Sandy, what have you done? You are a maniac. I am sorry. But it was too big for my other square here. Like, it was too big. So originally I thought I would just bring in some of the metal gears, but I wanted the metal gears as accents. So I went ahead and popped off a couple of the gears and hot glued those bad boys down so that I could have the same kind of material. And I did that, and then I was like, ooh, what I have left over after I pop those gears off, that's going to go great down here at the bottom, and it'll give me a good place to put a title. Now you might be thinking, Sandy, you have a title. It says Life, Love, Travel. But you know what? I'm not looking at that as part of the title. I'm more looking at that as part of the embellishment. Right? Like, this is one big photo cluster to me. So it's one big embellishment. So I felt like I needed to put a title on somewhere. And that's fine, right? Like, it makes sense to me. So that's the way I am going to do it. So I go ahead and I am hot gluing on more of these metal gears. And I'm just kind of popping them around where I think they look good. Right? Like, I really loved the background so much that I just decided that it basically needed to shine, and I didn't want to put a heck of a lot of other stuff on here. So I get the metal gears on there, and I'm happy with that. And then I go over to the flowers. I'm putting stuff away. Go over to the flowers, and I'm going to bring those out as well. Now, this package of flowers also came with some leaves, but I'm not adding the leaves. I'm just going to hot glue the flowers on in a couple of places because I think they look good. Now, I have no problems mixing flowers and gears and airplanes. Like, I'm totally cool with it. It makes me happy. Mixing things that I like to scrapbook with. So I go ahead and get those down there. And then I'm going to put on a title. So like I said, I am going to put a title down here on that bottom right-hand corner. And I'm thinking I'm going to figure out something in that space to the left of the flower. And, you know, there was my little finger where, yep, that's where I want the title. So I go over to my stash, and I'm flipping through things. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with the title, but I had this gold word that says on, and I'm from Maryland, and I got a little bit of an accent when I say on, so there it is. And I grab my small tile letter stickers so that the title ends up being fly on. So there is that. And then I'm like, you know what? It's looking a little naked. It needs some more gears over here as well. So I go ahead and put the gears on here. So be sure to go check out the Mixed Media Mayhem Facebook group. Be sure to check out everyone who played along today with Mixed Media Mayhem. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you guys again real soon for another video.